Hi, Dirty Girl here with another sales report for vintage items sold on Etsy and a few items, a couple of them non-vintage, sold on eBay. And my shop, if you don't know it, is vintagedazzle.etsy.com. I will have a link below if you'd like to pay me a visit. And I'm just going to show you some of the more interesting or notable sales, you know, the ones that were profitable or just interesting in some other way. And the first thing I have to show you is this bib necklace. It's a fairly modern, not super old, probably from the 90s, and I paid 50 cents for it at a garage sale, and it sold for 32. And next I have this lovely sterling silver, gold-filled Harry Iskin signed. I've never sold anything by Harry Iskin before, but it's obviously a very nice quality piece from the 1940s. 1/20th 12 karat gold filled, and that sold for 32, and I paid 10 for it. At the flea market, probably. Most things I get at the flea market, or I get things like this from my sister-in-law, who sends me care packages every once in a while from her shopping trips. And this is just a nice 1960s poncho with fringe on it, kind of a brocade. Nice piece. Sold for 45. It was in beautiful condition. And this is an old bull of a watch. It's a 17 jewel, 14 karat gold plated. It runs, but obviously, as you can see, the face was fairly discolored. And I did sit on that for a while. I paid $10 for it, and it sold for 65. And then I got these pretty little jade button earrings. They're 10 karat gold and a nice, pretty decent quality jade. And those sold for 55, and I paid 7 for those at the rummage sale at my mother-in-law's retirement home. And then I have this Elgin pocket watch from 1921, 7 jewels. It was not running, so it was for parts or repairs. But it had a nice clean porcelain face and a beautifully etched case. And that sold for 45, and I paid 15 for it. And this is a cute little paper mache Inu Hariko. I don't know if I say that right. It is a dog, even though it looks very much like a cat to me. Japanese paper mache. I got that at the flea market at the booth where she was selling everything. Everything was $5, and then she went to half price. So I got this for $2.50 and sold for $32. Sold very quickly, too. And this is just a pretty Native American sterling silver and mother of pearl ring, probably Zuni, and it is in the style of Frank Vassett, but it is not signed by him, so I don't know. And I paid $11.48. That's very specific. I don't remember where I got that, but I might have gotten it on eBay, and I sold it for 55. And these are some lovely Danish sterling silver mid-century earrings by Poul Warmond. I don't know if I say that right either, but those I got from my mother-in-law, so I paid nothing for those, and they sold for 45. Gotta love that Scandinavian silver. Another piece from my mother-in-law. It's a ceramic pendant with a Picasso face, Picasso style face. There's an artist called, or a maker, Fili Menegatti from Italy, that makes these things. Pretty sure that's what this is, although it was not signed. And I sold that for $35. Had a little amethyst in it too. And this was just a funny item. I got this at an antiques mall, and I paid $14.95 for that, just because I loved it so much. A little magnifying glass with a deer's head, and it sold for 38, so made a little profit on it. Oh, by the way, I always forget to say this. These are prices that do not include shipping. The buyer pays shipping on most of my items. Although I am having a free shipping sale right now on a lot of the new jewelry that the newer jewelry that I'm listing. It's not new jewelry, it's just new listings. Whatever. Okay, this is an old pocket compass with a brass case. It's very old, but it does work. And compasses, for whatever reason, seem to do really well for me. I paid $2.50 at that same everything $5 half price space at the flea market, and it sold for $37. And this was a grand old transferware teapot in a pretty teal green color. The maker was Dunn Bennett and Company. I've been hanging on to this for a while. Dates from the 1880s, but I really loved it. I think I got it at an estate sale. I paid $10 for it, and it sold for $38. And some nice Irish linen napkins, 6 still with tags, never used. Oh, it's so hard to photograph these, but I got a pretty good picture of these where you can see the pattern on them a little bit. These came from my sister-in-law, so I paid nothing for these. And they sold for $32. And the tablecloths can really do well if they're nice large tablecloths in good condition. These are from my mother-in-law, some beautiful sterling silver with these blue stones, which I think I identified them as lapis lazuli and chrysocolla or azurite. I really wasn't sure, but they were beautiful, dark blue with some green. Very heavy earrings also. And I got $38 for those. And this is a nice little Art Deco onyx and marcasite sterling silver pin from the 1920s probably. And let's see, I paid $7 for that at the flea market and sold it for $32. And this was a fun piece. This is a very old Spanish silver coin, dates from 1768, turned into a necklace. Actually, I just bought the coin with the hole in it. I added the bail and the chain. And I paid, where'd it go? Oh, I paid $10 for that at the flea market and sold it for $34. It was fun doing the research on it to figure out what it was. This is a Mexican sterling silver and coral, I think coral ring, in a kind of a flower form. And the Mexican silver and Native American silver continue to do really well. I love some of my favorite stuff to buy and sell. And I paid $10 for that ring, and it sold for $34. And this was a really interesting doll from the Aleutian Islands. I've been holding on to this for some time. I did finally lower the price. I paid $30 for it and sold it for $60, but I did have a pair of them. Paid $30 for each of them, sold them both for $120. So that was nice. And the other one was a man to go with the woman. And these are some signed Native American Navajo sterling silver and turquoise bear claw earrings. The maker is Irvin Begay, or I think that's how you say it. I paid $14.08. Again, not sure where I got that. Maybe from eBay. And sold them for $38. And this is a lovely little sterling silver snuff bottle from Japan with a glass top. Dates from the 60s to the 70s. And I paid $20 for that at the flea market and sold it for $60. And this was definitely the sale of the month. This is a 14-karat gold lion medallion from the 1970s. It's like a astrological Leo. It's got a ruby and a diamond, and it was really, really heavy and big. And I've been holding on to it for a while. I did finally lower the price a bit, but not by too much, because I did sell it for $725. And this came from a friend of mine, just gave me a bunch of stuff out of her garage, and I told her she had some really valuable jewelry, and she was like, I don't care, just take it and sell it, and she would not accept any money for it. So that was 100% profit. And I just love this. This is a blue chalcedony Edwardian to Art Deco brooch. Nice big one, sterling silver. And I paid $10 for that at the flea market and sold it for $62. And this is a pink topaz ring, sterling silver, marcasite, Art Deco style. I don't know that it's really all that old, but it's very, very pretty. And I paid $10 for that and sold it for $62. This was a neat piece. It's from Cumbo, China, out of Abingdon, Virginia. And took a little research to figure out exactly what it was, but it is copper and pink luster. Again, I've been hanging on to that for quite some time, but it did finally sell for $45, and I think that piece came from my mother-in-law, so I didn't pay anything for it. And this is another really nice sterling silver and turquoise piece, and got that at the flea market for $10 and sold it for $52. Really cool dangly big statement necklace, I guess, made with all different kinds of polished stones and scarabs. It was a lot of fun. I did pay $18 for that at the flea market because I fell in love with it, and I sold it for $48, so not too bad. And it did sell right away, which is nice. And this is a Michigan 10-karat gold tack pin or tie tack, 1950. Came from my mother-in-law, so I paid nothing for that, and sold it for what I sold it for, $44. And let's see, what do we have next? Where am I? Okay, and this is a Moroccan copper kettle. Really cool piece. I just fell in love with this. I paid $22 for that at the flea market and sold it for $85. I've never seen anything quite like it. Just really a nice piece. Really big, too. And this is from eBay. A friend of mine gave me some of her, she didn't give it to me, she asked me to sell some of her Swarovski crystal collector pieces. Those have tanked in value, by the way, but they still have some value, but like I think, you know, she paid over $300 for this and it sold for $115. But, you know, she bought them as an investment and turned out not to be a good investment. Now she's just wanting to unload them. So I get half of that. And then this also was a little 2002 piece, a little flower vase thing, sold for $59. And I sold another Nike tracksuit for $29, new, without tags. Never worn, but it does not have the tags. And then, sorry, I lost the last. Okay, I'll just show you that next time. It was some vintage photos from World War II that I sold for $35. A lot of five photos that were very interesting. I'll show you those next month. Since I seem to have lost the tab. Okay, so that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will be back soon with another haul video. Okay, bye.